All right, yo, what's up? You're watching People Fat Food Takes, the most ironic, sarcastic, but also genuinely real food takes on YouTube. True, you'll either love me or you hate me. You'll either have very strong opinions. Either way, but that's what food is all about, is strong, fun opinions that don't really matter. Get your energy out here, okay? I have a nuclear food take to drop, as per usual, okay? But I really feel it in my bones. I'm not saying this to shit on this food. I think this food is amazing. But I think this food is a perfect example of how sometimes, not even sometimes, always our bias towards where food comes from is so bad, okay? And I love to meme on American food as much as the next guy. Omega lol corn syrup, omega lol sugar on everything. I get it. It's tasty though. You can't deny it, okay? Want to argue American food's unhealthy? I'm not going to fight that fight. That's a fight I lose every time, okay? Just like diabetes. But I will fight the fight that at least it's tasty, okay? Now, something okay. People, whenever you say, I held up this conversation spawned from Old Bay caramel popcorn. And Britopians in chat were like, oh my God, so unhealthy. It's just a little bit of caramel. Like, it's got 18 grams of sugar per cup, right? If you eat 1 cup at a serving, like that's a third of a can of Coke. That's totally fine. It's a treat. It's not, I'm not saying you should eat Old Bay as a caramel popcorn as a meal, but like, it's just a fucking treat, my guy. But I feel like Britopians will be like, oh my God, it has more than 10 grams of sugar. Don't consume it. Must be American. And I'm like, what are we doing? What are we talking about here? But anyways, the conversation point that I want to make, Mexican corn, okay? It's delicious. It's amazing. It's also the most American fucking looking food I've ever seen in my entire life. And if you know that if Americans made it, people would be like, omega lol, uncultured, omega lol, Cheeto dust on mayonnaise on corn, so white, lamau. You know, if Americans made Mexican corn, it would be flamed. But because it's from a different culture, it's like, oh wow, high class, cultured, such complexity of flavor, which is all true, but I think it's a little hypocritical. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is measuring sugar in cans of Coke, that is kind of funny, but I think it's a good measurement tool. But that is a good point. That's a funny meme. Fucking, yeah. What's the meme? My point is, okay, you know what chat's saying? Mexicans are American. You know what I'm saying? United States. You'd be like, omega lol. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck on semantics, okay? You'd be like, omega lol, fat ass, USA, Tech W, like, but because which I think the meme is Mexican corn is just good. It's just fucking tasty. It's just delicious. It should be judged on those merits. It shouldn't be judged on where it comes from, okay? I love to meme on Britopian foods. The fact that you guys fight tooth and nail to prove your worth on beans on toast is hilarious to me, okay? However, I try to give credit where it's due. I've never had it, I'll be honest, but beef Wellington looks like a fucking gift from Arceus sent down from the Pokemon heavens. Like, beef Wellington looks amazing. You give credit where credit's due, regardless of the culture it comes from. That's all I'm saying. I don't like that. That's funny because the internet, you just respond, omega lol, America. It's kind of funny. But I mean, I can't even deny it's kind of funny. I'm not trying to say. I'm just saying, I wish we would engage. We should take our food conversations more seriously, guys. Come on. What are you doing? If a food comes from America and it's something like deep fried Twinkies, deep fried Oreos, we can omega lol and be like, okay, of course that's American, but also admit that it's pretty fucking good, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying give credit where credit's due. That's it. It's a multi-complexity. It's not, everything's nuanced. It's not black and white. Food's not good or bad, okay? It could be tasty, it could be unhealthy, it could be healthy and disgusting, or tasty as fuck, or like, it could be fucking savory, sweet, salty, umami, yo mama. Like, it could be a lot of things. That's all I'm saying. And I feel like Mexican corn is the perfect example of if that shit came out of the USA, if it came out of like Delaware or like Pennsylvania, which, okay, to be fair, Pennsylvania is hard to, that's an omega lol state. Like, but if it, you know, it'd be like omega lol off the internet, Tech W off the internet. but we give it like, oh, that's because it's, oh, that's fucking cultured food. Like, come on, man. Like, not that it's not. I'm just saying, let's be a little less biased, right? Isn't food you like it or you don't? Let's judge food based on the merit and based on the food itself and the flavor. We should give more respect to it rather than, I don't care where stuff comes from, to be honest, which is kind of an American take because we don't have a whole lot of food culture. I acknowledge that. Or food, I should say food culture inherent to our land versus our food culture is a melting pot, which is bringing everything in, which is beautiful and amazing and probably one of the best parts of fucking America food. Hell yeah, pod. I'm just saying judge things based on their merits, not their locations. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Americans don't have a lot of culture. I just think that's so wrong. I disagree so much. Our culture is a mixture of all the cultures of the people that move here, which is the same thing. We only think of places having culture because we don't remember the fucking Aztecians and the Mayans and all these people moving to locations to create what is known as Italy or create as what's known as, like, we just don't, it's just, we have selective memory where we only go back so far. Literally every place to ever exist is a conglomeration of people moving there and then assimilating those cultures. America's culture is less assimilated, but I think that's beautiful. I like that our culture is so a mishmash collage of everything. That is the American culture, and I think that's beautiful. I think that shows up in our food, you know? That's what it's all about, right? We're adding the value of facilitating them, you know? There's not even a, come on, you got to be reasonable in your argumentation. That's all I'm saying. Just be a little more reasonable, you know? Is there a lot of things to Omega Law in America? Absolutely. Is there a lot of things to be like, damn, I'm pretty glad they fucking make a lot of corn dogs, you know? There's some cool stuff, okay? Chill, you know? I love that where I live, I can go to a fucking authentic Indian place. I can go to a experimental one. I can go to a fucking Nepalese restaurant. I can go to 50 different Chinese, 50 different Japanese. Like, there's so many restaurants and so many different types of cultures of restaurants in my area because I live in a pretty thriving, like, city and state in the US, right? That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. My point is, yeah, once again, judge food by its merits, not where it comes from. That's my whole point. I try to give credit where credit's due, and eat up, boys.